Hi and welcome to Cujo Sound, and today we're going to be designing some sounds. I need a stereo formatted ambient sounds that I can use in dark, and it needs to be of a train, subway, very dark and very subtle, but still sounding like a train. So we are going to run through how I'm going to create that, and that's all I know right now, and that's all that I'm thinking about. This train, some sort of rhythm to it, you know, the classical train driving, something like that. We're going to make it very, very dark. And my plan is to be using Transformizer, the tool made by the Danish developer up in Hornbæk. I'm going to be using that because I can then use the peaks of whatever train I end up creating and add it on top of a lot of other sounds. Sauce it in reverb, make a very long file. Long story short, that should give me what I want. So before I'm even starting to create the sound, I sort of already have thought about what tools I'm going to be using. So let's get started here. I will, here in this tiny window in the corner, I have my sound browser here, and I'm going to be looking for a New York train. The reason why I'm looking for a New York train or subway is because I have a bunch of recordings from New York City that I made, which are here. Yeah, something like that, like this part here. So that noise, I want to affect that with some sort of pattern that fits the type of very stereotypical train sound that I want. So we're gonna find that then. Okay, let's take this sound here first, not split. So first I'm going to be creating the base layer that I want to put into Transformizer and change some stuff with stuff. So let's cut this part out here. Here we are. Gonna turn down the volume a little. So something that I quite often like to do is to add marker tracks and then simply just add markers by hitting insert whenever there is some place that I want to sync up with. You can kind of already see it here in the waveform. So if we get rid of all these. Good. So now we have all these markers that we can then sync up our sound to. And what I'm thinking is I need an 808 kick. Probably something like this. Here we are. So I'm going to copy this out on the various tracks like this so that they are in sync with this. This one needs to be moved a little. So we can just cut off this part here. Now we should have a loop which has a bit of a kick drum whenever the train has its tiny rollovers. Here we go, like that. Good. All these, let's select these, and over here in the mixer we right click, create a group channel that we're just going to call it 808, which means that we can then hammer these together so we don't see them. Good. And let's give it a good round of curvy Q. Here we are. So we can get rid of all the highs. Just need to make sure that they're perfectly in sync. Right. And we're gonna sauce this in reverb. And we're gonna kill the highs. So we select this and we say loop. As you can hear, it's too much, so we need it shorter. Good. Compress it slightly, quite a bit maybe. If in doubt, increase ratio. If more in doubt, lower the threshold. That's how I work a lot. Getting there. All right, so could also use a little compressor over here on our train. We should keep this one to being extremely fast and a short release, so we can hopefully get some of the artifacts that the compressor produces when we do that. And then I'm thinking maybe add an EQ here where I can then see the peaks of the highs so that I can focus on that. Maybe take out some of the lows so that the lows are only coming from the 808 kick drum. Let's take a look. I'm just trying to make sure that it doesn't distort, because if I add stuff into the effect chain afterwards and this is distorting, then we feed and distort a signal to other plugins, which is not what we want. Here we go. Let's try it with the kick drum. reverb to it. I'm trying to spot where the frequencies of the so only basically only the highs. So that's putting my holiday in New York City to good use. It's a New York subway station. I don't remember what station it is. I should have written that down, but I didn't. Okay. So this is now one file. Then I'm going to export. And then I'm going to be creating a library with a bunch of sounds of trains like this. And this is what are going to be my Lego building blocks for whatever sound we end up with. So let's go. So I'm going to be exporting this as first a full one, but then also the separate parts. So that the compressed version of the subway, and then also the kick drums themselves with a tail, because we have lots of reverb going on under this. So, and we're gonna go into Wavelab and make sure that the loops are correct. I'm gonna cut this video short so that it doesn't take up too much of your time, and you can always watch episode 2. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video. And if you really, really want to support this channel, head over to patreon.com/Cujo Sound, where you for as little as $1 a month can help me sustain this channel and really, really help me fund the time I take off to create all this content. And the more the merrier we get support over there, the more time I will have to create content for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.